Shalom, shalom. Whatever Hebrew Israelites coming in week in, week out, prophesy the downfall of this current kingdom. Want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great milestone that rule well, and to the brothers that's preaching this word with truth and sincerity and charity and risking their lives to do so. And to the very few sisters that's listening, learning, and watching. To all those that apply the scriptures to their life to the best of their ability. This is Brother Canasala from GMS Chicago. And basically I'm going to hop straight into it about, everything that we eat here is just so messed up. I've been out the country, a couple of times. And every time I ate outside of the country, it was, the food was way better than here, And when you realize the differences when you come back, after being gone for like maybe a week or so, And, I just, I ate outside the country and I came back. And when I came back and ate the food here, I almost felt like I was going to be sick, for the first 3 days, because I taste all the chemicals and preservatives, stuff that I didn't taste when I was outside the country, all right? Because you got to remember, the love of money is the root of all evil, man, all right? So they try to manipulate the food and everything so it could stretch out longer, and on top of that, they get money off of you getting sick, man. Like, cancer only been around for the last, 60 years? It wasn't as bad as it is now, man. All right? It seems like everybody, when they get older, they get dialysis or be on dialysis and stuff like that, You got dialysis, you got dementia, you know what I'm saying? Alzheimer's, all kinds of stuff, man. And you got to be careful what you put in your body. All right? But at the same time, it's like, you can't, even if when you try to eat healthy, even that is bad, because they'll they spray it with certain things like the vegetables and fruits. And next thing you know, it looks all fake when you go into a grocery store, looking like that plastic bowl that your grandparents used to have on the table and stuff, But it's actually real to a certain degree, as far as being edible. All right. But let's see. Play this video real quick. And then on top of that, they have it where to eat healthy is very expensive. All right. Now, the thing is, I understand growing vegetables and fruits and stuff like that take time, but it's not that. America is very big, but they choose to build skyscrapers, big cities, this and that, There's enough land here where each family can have a land to themselves, and farmland where they grow their own stuff. All right. It says, let me play this video.
$10, you can buy this many donuts and this many apples. If you opt for the donuts, you get a lot more calories.
And I do not own the rights to this video, just to let it be known. This is strictly for educational purposes.
But not all calories are created equal. Apples contain fiber and vitamins, while donuts are full of saturated fats and chemically processed ingredients. Even though apples are healthier for you, you have to eat more of them to get the same number of calories as one donut. And it would cost you about $5 more, which means the cost-effective choice is usually not the nutritionally sound one.
There's a strong relationship between diets that are low in fruits and vegetables and obesity and diabetes.
And another thing is, with them spraying the air with chemtrails and all kinds of stuff, it affects our food too, like the plants and stuff like that. Usually we supposed to get like, I think 52, 53 different types of nutrients, when it comes to vegetables and fruits, but we only get like 3, maybe 4, And the thing is, if your body gets all the nutrients it needs and stuff like that, it doesn't, we don't have to go through this thing. It's like, dang, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Because your body gets what it needs. If it gets what it needs, it don't go through that state, where you just always hungry. All right? That's what it is, man.
These 2 chronic diseases now rank among the nation's gravest health concerns. Produce is essential for a healthy diet, but Americans aren't eating enough of it, and part of the problem is cost. So what can be done to add more produce to the American plate?
Fresh fruits and vegetables are often more expensive to farm than other types of crops that end up in processed foods.
For example, fresh strawberries have to be picked by hand, but strawberries destined for preserves can be harvested by a machine. Bumps and bruises don't matter in the process, and machines are more efficient and cheaper in the long run than human labor. This extra work is reflected in the price difference between fresh strawberries and other crops, and it also makes fresh strawberries more expensive to buy than processed strawberries.
Government subsidies also play a role in the cost difference. For example, the USDA doesn't subsidize leafy vegetable crops in the same way it subsidizes wheat, soy, and corn.
These 3 crops make up a lot of processed food, so products full of high fructose corn syrup and soybean oil have an unfair advantage. When it comes to cost, the less nutritious food will win out. Other incentives are needed to keep people away from cheap, processed foods.
Taxes on tobacco and alcohol have been effective at curbing consumption.
This line shows the average price per pack of cigarettes over the past 40 years. The rising prices are partly fueled by federal and state cigarette tax increases in 1983, throughout the early 2000s, and 2009. Meanwhile, per capita cigarette consumption, shown by this line, has steadily decreased as prices have gone up.
And some researchers are arguing that we need to start thinking about a junk food tax. The tax would focus on non-essential food items like candy, soda, and potato chips.
These unhealthy foods would be taxed at the manufacturing level, and higher costs at checkout could steer customers toward healthier options.
But a junk food tax alone won't fix obesity.
Or the already high costs of a healthy diet. So what can be done? We could make produce sexy. Okay, well there are other things too.
To address the cost issues, some programs are springing up that make produce more affordable for lower-income people through subsidies.
And since 2014, the USDA has granted over $65 million to expand these programs throughout the U.S.
There's also the Fruit and Vegetable Prescription Program, or FVRX.
Doctors can give vouchers for produce to low-income patients who are at high risk of diet-related disease. Growing produce in home or community gardens can encourage healthy eating with little investment, but finding time to cook, let alone garden, can be a burden for families.
We don't yet know which strategies and programs are going to work best, but they're worth testing for one simple reason.
Now, she said that it may be a burden for families. That's because in this country, people are so used to just getting things handed to them, and it's a microwave generation. They want things right then and now, and and that's just how it is, man. All right, but this whole place, basically, I'm gonna just bring out the script that I thought of when I saw this video. It says, Ezekiel 4:13, and Yahweh Shem Yahshua said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. So it doesn't matter where you go. Of course, all the food around the world is defiled, period. But the worst of the worst is here. All right. Like, you got high fructose corn syrup, you got, all these added stuff, man, that just make it very terrible. And then they get sneaky and add pork to the ingredients, but they won't call it pork. They call it it go by other names, and you just got to do research to know what ingredients is considered that. Energy drinks, they got certain taurine. You know what I'm saying? That's a terrible ingredient. It's no point in having that in there, but they have it in there. And this can lead to health problems in the future. All right. But we got to remember the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? The so-called Caucasian, Esau, Edom. And he's the devil. He's the deceiver. You know what I'm saying? Everything he touched, it gets destroyed. He don't bring life to things. He bring death to things. All right. But we messed up, man. And since we messed up, we're in captivity. All right. And we got to deal with this stuff. But, hey, it's almost time for us to get out of timeout. And I can't wait, for the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shem Yahweh's kingdom. Because it's going to be forever, man. And we will we're going to know what it's like to eat real, legit food. Healthy food. Not sprayed on, not having preservatives or extra this or extra that. It's going to be perfect. All right. So with that, hopefully this is edifying, man. Of course, we got to eat healthy to the best of our ability, if it's in you. I know damn sure I have to, So, with that, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, V'Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and to the brothers that's preaching this word with truth and sincerity and charity and risking their lives to do so. To y'all, say, Shalom, Abba, Don't take that jab, don't take that chip.